Yes, we're back on 67 Hail Hail. It's me, Hamish Carton, David Walton here as well, and we're going to chat about Leigh Griffiths. Obviously scored a hat-trick at the weekend against St Mirren. Quite simply, we'll get right into it. David, does that make him undroppable for Sunday against Rangers?
Yeah. In a word, I think has to play. Why not? Why wouldn't you play him at Ibrox?
Do you want to get right into it then?
I want to get right into it.
Because first of all, I'm on your side, but I can see the other points of view as well. In fact, can I really? I don't know.
But did we not see the other side against Copenhagen when we went to a 4-back?
I think when Griffiths came on, we were much better because he gives you an option in behind. I would 100% start him. Griffiths, by the way, saying, I was born for Ibrox. Reading some other quotes that weren't as quoted, but he was saying about the hatred. He loves the hatred at Ibrox and Tynecastle. He compared them and he says that he thrives on them.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that during the game, especially when he goes to Tynecastle. He's always having, I don't know how much the fans take it as banter, but Griffiths certainly seems to have a bit of banter with the fans. He likes to get involved a wee bit. The words about Ibrox, I would generally stay clear of stuff like that, but because he's sort of trying to fight his way into the team, I don't mind it. I think he's trying to big himself up, and I think he's trying to, show everybody that he's ready for the game. And I think he is. I really would fancy him on Sunday to do something. I really would.
Who's their centre-backs likely to be? Goldson and Edmondson, is it? That's who they played the last few games.
I think he'll go with Goldson and Katic.
Well, it's irrelevant in many ways.
It doesn't matter what pair of the clowns it is, does it? Because I think if you've got Griffiths and Edward, they'll be scared of Edward anyway. Now, I think the two of them could cause some damage. And I know people talk about the three at the back. You leave spaces. Rangers like their width at times. But you've got to play at your own strength for me. And as I said in a previous video, this is the most dangerous weapon we have at the club, Edward and Griffiths. And if we're going to win the game and really take it to them, got to go with 3-5-2 and trust the quality we have.
I think it's a great point you make in terms of doing what we do best. We are the team who are, in this ascendancy at the moment. We're the team who are winning every week. They're the team who are struggling every week. I know we're at Ibrox, but it's a ground we've already won at this season. We're the better team. We're the big bookies' favourites. I'm sure. I've not looked, but I'm sure. I would love to see us doing what we do best. I know you've got to give some sort of respect to Rangers, and I think we'll do that in a defensive sense. But equally, we're the leading team in the country. We've got to go out here, play our own game, treat them almost as, a Motherwell. When we went to Fir Park or Pittodrie, there was no debate about not playing Leigh Griffiths. For me, that's why there shouldn't be a debate about this. I think you've got to play Leigh Griffiths. Even if he hadn't have scored a hat-trick at the weekend, I'd be saying after Copenhagen, you've got to play Leigh Griffiths. The only thing that I would put out there, and you've touched on it yourself, is you then probably got to go with a back three. Playing a back three at Ibrox is a little bit risky, I would suggest, given that they do like their wingers. We rip it out of Kent and Aribo and players like that, but they are probably two of their better players.
You know what? They get joy with their width against us with a back four anyway. And I do think that, you'll have Brown covering the defence. You'll often have Taylor and Forrest tracking back as much as possible. I don't think playing with a back three, they're going to suddenly have massive swaths of space down the flanks. We will be sensible about it, I'm sure. And Forrest and Taylor have shown the ability to track back and do the dirty side of the game. So, no, I just... When things are going so well with the formation we're playing, why change it for Rangers? Are we admitting that we can't play that system against Rangers?
I think you're spot on. We'll keep it to Griffiths because we've got tomorrow. We're going to pick the team tomorrow. Keep it on Griffiths. See, in terms of Griffiths and Lennon, obviously Lennon's gone without him starting anyway in both games against Copenhagen, which I think we would all agree are the two biggest games we've had so far this year. Rangers is of a similar level, probably bigger to be honest. Why would this be different to those two ties? Why would he play Griffiths this time?
Well, because it's not exactly worked the last time where we've played with a back four and just a lone striker. Didn't work against Rangers at Celtic Park either. I would say it didn't even work.
Did work at Ibrox.
Did work at Ibrox. I won out the three because I don't think it worked in the Betfred either. And right now we are playing. I just keep going back to it and back to it. We're playing our best football, our most dangerous football, with a 3-5-2. And changing it up for Rangers, I can understand why some would think we have to show them this level of respect, but there's just no guarantee we turn up with a solid defensive display with a 4-2-3-1. I don't see it. So yeah, I'd go. I'd put Griffiths in. I think it's a massive slap in the face to him.
That was my next question. If you don't play him after he scored a hat trick in the game before, what does that do to his confidence?
I'd be champing on Lennon's door if I was Griffiths. I really would. I mean, if
I don't know about you, I'm utterly convinced he'll start.
So am I.
I wouldn't be stunned, but I'd be surprised if he didn't start.
I think he'd be furious if he didn't. I mean, you might make a face of that or whatever, but
no. Sorry, I was thinking I wasn't.
If I was Griffiths after what I'd done against St Mirren, yes, it's St Mirren, but it's still your last game and you're flying. To then get dropped for a system that hasn't been working for a long time would infuriate me and would show a bit of lack of trust, to be honest, that I could go out and do the job. And Griffiths, if you're telling me Griffiths can't cause Connor Goldson and Cartage,
you're having a laugh.
Piss off. You know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, every day of the week. And if it doesn't work out, Neil Lennon would have every right to defend his starting lineup and say, well, this is a system I've been playing well with. It just hasn't worked out today for whatever reason. If he doesn't play Griffiths, the first question he's getting asked if we offer no attacking spark, where was Leigh Griffiths? So I think...
Yeah, it's like the old thing. If he gets the result, the question wouldn't be asked, but you leave yourself open to it. Put it this way, I think if he didn't play Griffiths and we lost, there'd be more questions if he did play Griffiths and we lost.
Let's just no pretend we're going to the new camp on Sunday.
I think that's another good point.
So we'll go there. We should go with confidence and we should go with the best team. That for me involves Griffiths in it at the moment.
Point to prove as well, doesn't he? Given we won't go into all the stuff that he struggled with, but there's been some
we know what's happened.
Pretty nasty songs sung by that lot about Griffiths. You can guarantee he's going to be the most fired up Celtic player going to Ibrox.
And if you're a Rangers fan, you're thinking to yourself, he's going to do the business against us on Sunday. Play up to that fear factor for me in game of start alongside Edward, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Griffiths get a goal, and I'd just love to see how they two will play against Rangers, because Rangers will come out. They'll have too much pride to sit deep, and that's where I think they could do some damage.
He gives us a great option in behind. Edward's always coming to the ball, but Griffiths in behind, those defenders aren't quick. My last point here, I'm laughing, I've got Rangers are muck written down. Kind of sums it up, doesn't it?
Is that the point? Aye.
Rangers are muck.
Aye, I watched them against Ross County. Sky were itching to make out as if it was some sort of big win, but I mean they were poor again. We still have to expect that they'll turn it up a wee bit against us for me and not go with any level of complacency. Been there before throughout the years where they've played poorly heading into a derby and raised their game, but it's difficult to get away from. They're going through a crisis, and you'd fancy Celtic to really put them with the sword, I would say.
Right, that's one of the 11 players selected then. I think we're both going with Griffiths. If you want to hear about the other 10 players, you can tune in this time tomorrow night. We're going to pick our team for Ibrox. We're going to chat a little bit more about how we approach the game. We've had a lot of success. Last time at Ibrox, been a wee bit more conservative, but equally, should we go for it? So that'll be an interesting debate. That's tomorrow night. As I say, usual plugs, Twitter at 6070hailhail, Facebook 6070hailhail. We're on 6070hailhail.com, and if you've not yet subscribed, below or on the right hand side, wherever it is in the YouTube page, and you could do that, that'd be really appreciated. If you want to even click the bell as well, you get a wee notification every time we go live. Thank you, David, and we'll speak to you tomorrow.